everybody. It's time to go. Hey, hi, everybody. By the way, my wife and I, here's what's interesting. We're given 2 different cabins on this ship. They said it was some sort of mix-up with the reservation, but I swear she slipped the desk guy a sawbuck when I wasn't looking. Let's start the
show. Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. Please be quiet, except for laughing. We've been a Zoom meeting civilization for 2 dang years. You know the drill. Just be polite. We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. So, get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our semi-quarantined world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome comedian Brook Jolley, plus funny songs from Aubryn, and a Patti melt from Patti Vasquez, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Hi, everybody. Hey, start your timers right now. You ready? Here we go. According to a survey, more than 1,100 retired seniors. More than 70% of 1,100 retired seniors said they wish they would have started saving earlier and more for retirement. Then they interviewed 5,000 people in their early 20s who said, old people are stupid. So science, folks, that's science. Hey, a bloodhound named Trumpet won the 146th Westminster Dog Show. 146th Westminster Dog Show. That's 1,022 shows in the dogs for years. That doesn't make sense. I've got to use English the rest of the show. I'm going to start that one over. A bloodhound named Trumpet won the 146th Westminster Dog Show. That's the 1,022nd show to the dogs. That worked better. By the way, coming in second was a French bulldog who called Trumpet's win the most rigged election in history. Hey, also, you may not have known, Trumpet is the name Eric uses during his drag shows. Here we go. All right, here's the one, Kevin. The FDA halted sale of the Juul e-cigarettes in the United States. This is the worst news I've ever heard, said the creepy 20-year-old dude still hanging out in high school parking lots. By the way, hey, nice coat. By the way, Juul e-cigarettes were banned in the U.S. by the FDA because the company couldn't prove that they help people stop smoking or were healthier than cigarettes. A spokesman for the company said, "We did help teach millions of teens sleight of hand." Okay, y'all knew what that was. Great. In 2019, it was estimated, by the way, that 27.5% of high school students were addicted to Juul e-cigarettes. 27.5%. Oddly, that's the exact same percentage of Tide Pods consumed in 2015. Do the math. Okay, you ready for this? Derek Evans is in the Capitol, screamed the West Virginia congressman as he stormed in on January 6th. He can now say Derek Evans is in jail. Yes. The duped by Trump's simple-minded butthead who yelled, "The revolution has started," told the judge that the revolution was stupid and that he let down his family. He got 3 months in prison and can never carry a firearm because he's a felon. The worst part, he said, "How will I ever be safe in Starbucks without my AR-15?" That's what he said. Okay. By the way, be careful out there. Climate change means that there will be double, triple digit, even more weather all over the South this weekend. Macon, Georgia had an all-time record high of 105 degrees. I know. Many residents were forced to wear their half hoods to the Klan rally. On the good side, said Bubba Trump, the cross lights itself. Too much? Let's go lighter. Kraft Macaroni and Cheese is changing its name to Kraft Mac and Cheese to align more with what hip kids have called the box meal for years. Now, the name will change, but they promise there still will in no way be cheese. Okay.
It's cheesy.
It's cheesy and there's no cheese. Hey, by the way, y'all saw this today. The Hydra wing of the Supreme Court, Hail Hydra, struck down New York's gun law that says you need a particular need to open carry in the city. The Gulag sect of the court said they wanted to warn, though, that there will be harsh punishment if they shoot any babies before they're born. After that, open season. Okay, here we go. Sean Penn attended the January 6th committee hearing as a citizen hoping for justice. Isn't that sweet, everybody? Now, there was a tense moment when his pizza came and Liz Cheney gave a piece to everyone but Sean. Hey, you remember that movie? All right, Rich is here, everybody. Okay, I got 3 minutes. A former GOP Supreme Court justice in Wisconsin, Michael Gableman, testified in a court hearing he destroyed records, deleted files, and gave information by email to pillow guy Mike Lindell trying to prove Trump won Wisconsin. Oh, and he was hired by the state to do the official investigation for the election, and he was committing fraud to try to prove Trump won. After he spent $900,000 taxpayer dollars, guess what he proved? Biden won. Twice proved it. I know. So the only question remains is how can we get this guy to work for Bill Cosby? He'll be in jail tomorrow. Okay. All right. I'm going to skip the next one because it's too long. Here we go. Jeffrey Clark, a Trump justice official who was a key figure in pushing the fake elector scam and trying to force the Justice Department to falsely claim there was evidence of voter fraud, had his house searched by federal investigators today. I bet y'all saw that. Asked what investigators might be looking for, a spokesman said, things that make him look guilty. That's it. That was an easy one. Okay, 2 more quick ones, and then we're going to have a special guest for 1 minute, and then we're going on with our lives. Here we go, everybody. There was a lot of freaking out when Jeopardy fans noticed, and some of you may have noticed this, that in Final Jeopardy recently, there was a typo in the clue when they spelled equally with 3 L's. Wow, did anybody see that, by the way? Oh my gosh. We apologize, said producers, and to be safe, all 3 contestants and the entire production staff will be executed. Hey, Jeopardy's serious, damn it. Okay, 1 more, and then we'll have a quick joke. Here we go. Maury Povich, our favorite act, right? Maury Povich will administer his last paternity test in September after 30 years of yelling, "You're the father."
You're not. You're not the father.
You're not, or you're not. You're not, or you are. He said both. And some of these kids are now in their mid and late 20s. Do you realize that? So he brought back some of these kids who are in their 20s who said, "I'd like a recount." Okay, ladies and gentlemen, special guest, Rich Clesen. He's going to do one of his famous dad jokes.
Hey!
Hi, everybody.
Oh my God!
So, hi.
By the way, Patti, did you go on a date with Rich?
That would be a no. Okay. And my husband's thrilled about that. So,
I was going to say.
So there were 2 brooms living together, and eventually the brooms fell in love because they were in that tight little closet, and so they decided they're going to get married. So the big day comes, and the Groom is standing up on the altar, and the bridegroom, she comes walking on down. They get together, and the bridegroom says, I have a little surprise for you. We're expecting a little whisk broom. And the groom looked at her and said, that's impossible. We haven't even swept together yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Virtual Comedy Show. Take it over, Steve. We're going to go do Liars Club and get your piss smear jokes out there.
Okay.
Have fun, everybody. We'll see you later.
Let's hear it for Brad Tassell.
Okay.
Good luck, Patti. Good luck, everybody.
And in his
Thank
place,
you.
we're going to bring
Have a
in
great show.
our hero and yours. If I can get her to hold still on my screen for a second. She keeps moving around. Where are you, Patti? She was just here. Okay, everybody drink. I can't control Zoom. Everybody drink.
I stopped moving.
Disappeared. There she is.
I'm
Okay.
right here.
I know you know where you are. There she is, everybody. It's our hero. Patty's going to do her Patti Melt early because she, too, has an actual show to get to. It's crazy. So we're going to do the intro music, and then Patti will take it away.
It's time for a Patti Melt with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, to folks refusing to wear masks, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses. She's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez, Patti Melt.
Wisconsin Dells.
Yes, I am. I'm in Wisconsin. As you can see, it's beautiful,
Beautiful.
and woodsy. It is, isn't it? I will tell you, I am at the Crystal Grand Theater in Wisconsin Dells. Now, I'm actually on the edge of the parking lot. Look at how many people showed up for my show. Look at that. I'm kidding. The theater seats 2,000. We are using they have a side room. So there's at least a dozen cars out there. But I wanted to show you the parking lot of all the women in Wisconsin that are really excited that they're going to revert back to 1849 laws as soon as Roe v. Wade overturns. They're really thrilled. People have been tweeting about this today. The Supreme Court overturned some permit issues in New York, saying that federally you cannot restrict someone from conceal and carry. You don't have to have any reasons or any of those things. And what people are wondering, wow, how can they do that federally and then yet send abortion back to the states? And it's because this funny little thing is that the Constitution, in the Second Amendment to the Constitution, mentions guns. I don't know if you guys know this, but you know what it doesn't mention at all anywhere in the Constitution at all? Women. There's not a single reference to women in the Constitution, so they don't have to address us. There's no protections. Nothing is. That's awesome. I'm really excited that we're going to go back to, because the homosexuality was not something to address. There's no restrictions on really kind of everything. So this is going to be really fun for the next few weeks, and we really have all these Republicans who have, and if you're watching and you're Republican, yeah, I'm gonna call you these Republicans, and don't give me this BS about Republicans are the ones that set the slaves free. Here's the thing: you want to say you're a liberal Republican, and you don't care because you have to say you're a liberal. That's what it means. Being a progressive means that you see the way things are, and you go, we can do this better. A conservative goes, oh, this is scary, but black and brown people scare us. We don't want them to have any more rights. That's a conservative. I'm just sorry. It is. And I just can't, I don't know what to tell people anymore. I am at the point now where I'm just I went from rage to, I feel sorry for the people who were tricked. They were misled and they fell for it. They can't. You know what the hardest thing is to do? Remember when you were a kid, the hardest thing to do is to say you're wrong, to say you're sorry, any of that stuff. And they don't want to do it. And I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna. And so they dig deeper, they get worse. And I don't know if we just it's hard to be condescending, and be like rub them on the head. It's okay, you poor little thing. You were misled. You're an idiot. I don't know what to say to these folks anymore. Because here's the problem: they have a lot of weapons. And they're saying that we want to take their guns. We don't want to take their guns. You know why? Because we're liberals. You can't recycle guns. So what are we going to do with them when we take them all? We just want them to have less of them. We don't want them to have ones that have I don't even know. You know what they get mad at us for? If we refer to a gun improperly. If we call it an AR-15 or it's an AK-47, you don't even know what you're talking about. Can we get past that? I don't know. I'm going to ask you something. How many eggs does a woman have when she's born? How many eggs does she have? How many sperm do men create? I mean, do you know all that stuff too? And then you're going to come and tell me what goes in and out of my fallopian tubes? No, you ain't. Back off. That was a lot right there, and I apologize. It is. Did I say fallopian tubes? I think it's my first time I said fallopian tubes. You know what I've been thinking about? I have this material about breast cancer awareness, and I've been doing it for a long time. I have my shirts that say "Save the Boobies" because I've been doing that for a long time. because there's this whole thing. Men get involved in that issue because it's boobies, right? We change it all to like save second base and thanks for the memories, and all the walks are jogging for jugs and hauling it for Hooters and trotting for tatas and miles for melons, right? And of course, men show up because they're like, please, dear God, please save the boobies. And I think if we're having these conversations about our bodies, because we can say that. If you say save a cervix, guys get really grossed out. They're like, why'd you say that word? I do think that we need to have some parity. I think that we need to have a whole campaign for men, and it would be a squirrel holding acorns. Just save the nuts. That's all I'm saying. Thanks, everybody. Well, hot out here.
Patti Vasquez! The parking lots of lower Wisconsin. That's one thing I really like about doing it live this way, is that I can imagine you prowling a stage and being frustrated with the lack of space. You have acres now.
I know. I just walked the entire parking lot doing that.
I know. We were with you the entire way.
Sorry, did I give you guys motion sickness? I'm sorry.
No,
Great. There should be no apologizing coming from Wisconsin. Well, maybe there should, but not from you.
No.
Oh my God! We didn't even talk about Ron Johnson. I'm sorry.
I know.
My intern was the one that almost had created a coup.
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
We'll get to that next week. You have a good show, Patti.
everybody.
Thank you very much. Patti Vasquez, everybody.
Yay!
Wow, man. I like it when everybody's under pressure and it's all insane.
It's all on you.
We're going to do the glossary of virtual comedy terms in just a second, but I have a new technological thing I want to share because it is now summer. So I'm coming up with new words. Ooh, neat. Look at that. It's almost technological. That's going to be important in a little while. But first, we're going to continue with our ongoing segment that is so popular with absolutely nobody. It's the glossary of virtual comedy terms.
Steve and Brad are into vocabulary, cause too many people use words frivolously. But we'll need some definitions to speak properly, so that's why we're ripping off Balderdash. But we can't call it that for trademark reasons, so get ready, we're gonna learn some new words in our glossary of virtual comedy terms.
That's right, as is implied with that lovely intro. In a little while in the show, not right now, this is the teaser for it. In a little while, we're gonna give you a great big word that nobody knows what it means, but it is, in fact, a real word in the dictionary, and 4 definitions, just like Balderdash. But our definitions will hopefully be funnier, and you get to vote. And whoever gets the right answer, and we can have multiple winners. Somebody or somebodies are going to win a brand new, not too heavily used Scotch tape dispenser with about 3 pieces of tape left on it.
All right.
I got my own.
I know, so get ready for that. And you may be
That's
wondering,
the one in my office.
yeah, can you tell us what the word is? No, we can't tell you what the word is.
We can't tell you what the word is this early on, cause you'll just look it up and that's no fun. So here's a little hint which will help no one. The word is definitely not axismus or limerence or periidolia.
Got that? Don't worry about any of those words, because it's none of those words. All right, little hint for you, a little helpful. We're on your side here at the Virtual Comedy Show. All right, it is time now, if I'm not mistaken. I am not mistaken. It's time for the top 10 list. Here we go. Every week, we've been doing it for 2 years, ripping off Letterman from years ago because he ain't doing it anymore. What does he care? And everybody, has been talking about what's going on right now in the news. Obviously, the hearings over January 6th, and Patty's losing her mind in the parking lot, and Brad's bringing in ringers to tell dad jokes because he's so upset. So I've decided we're going to just go with the weather. Tonight's top 10 category is top 10 things that rhyme with solstice.
Hey.
And you would think there would be a lot, but there aren't that very many. So here are the top 10 things that rhyme with solstice. Number 10, full skids. When a newborn horse tries to water ski. That's something that rhymes with solstice. Yeah. Number 9, troll brists. A weenie trim for Rumpelstiltskin. Even though he was Jewish. Number 8, mole bits. The genitalia of a burrowing rodent. Patti didn't get to Ron Johnson, but I'm on it. All right. Number 7, bowl kiss. A scary position after a night of heavy drinking. 10 things that rhyme with solstice. Number 6, growl sticks. What you fight foo with. Number 5, pole twits. Guys who spend their entire paycheck at Deja Vu every weekend. Top 10 things that rhyme with solstice. Number 4, roll twist. A non-binary croissant. Number 3, Shoals diss. saying everyone in northern Alabama is an inbred moron, for example. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. Number 2, casserole dish. Either something containing a casserole or a very sexy casserole. Number 1 thing that rhymes with solstice. Paroleless. What a certain orange butt munch deserves. Wow, that was fun. All right. And now, oh my gosh, let's bring her in because I'm very excited. We haven't had Aubryn here in quite some time. Our musical guest. It is time for our musical guest. And I'm adding her to the spotlight. And notice that it's working fine.
It is.
What's different? Brad out of the equation and Zoom works fine. Hi, Aubryn.
No drinking right now, huh?
Not right now, but don't worry. There'll be plenty of it later on. You know the drill here, Aubryn. You're going to play us a funny song, and I don't know what you're about to play. And then I'll have to answer it with a funny song that has something to do with what you just sang. Off the cuff, who knows what I'm going to do. And then you'll do another song. But before all that, we're going to do your intro music.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest. It's Aubryn on the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hi, Aubryn.
Hello. This song is called The Apocalypse is Nigh.
Oh, man.
That seems tough.
Yeah. My name is Aubryn. Hello. Welcome. I am dark. It's also called They're Everywhere. Mindless madness multiplying, brainless beasts are bastardizing everything we used to know. Hate is the seed they sow. Their teeth are rotting, their breath is foul, their face is locked in a permanent scowl. They're terrifying in a herd, and they won't listen to a single word. The apocalypse is nigh. We got zombies everywhere. They try to eat our brains, so we cease to care. They're everywhere. Necromancers pulling the strings, up in towers, dangling things. These are not benevolent kings, planning publicity for personal gain, fabricating falsities for fortune and fame. They know how to play the game, but do they ever feel shame? The apocalypse is nigh. We got zombies everywhere. They try to eat our brains, so we cease to care. They're everywhere, in the White House, down the street, up in rockets we'll never reach, walking mindless and dragging their feet, decaying quickly in the summer heat. The apocalypse is nigh. We got zombies everywhere. They try to eat our brains. Oh, they try to eat our brains, so we cease to care. They're everywhere.
Aubryn. That was great. You know, in honor of that, I'm going to take down this word. That doesn't feel like the right word.
Brains.
That feels more like an
Don't talk
autumn
about
thing.
the GOP like that, I swear.
And man, if only I had Brad with us, because we have a zombie song we could do. But Brad has abandoned us. He's abandoned ship, if you will. So, I have a new song. I don't think I've played it on the Virtual Comedy Show before. This song is only a couple weeks old. I'm going to give it a shot. This is about Nashville zombies, a specific kind of zombie. You might know them by another name, bachelorettes. So you're out with the girls, working up a sweat, peddling and drinking like good bachelorettes. wooing and screaming with the penis hat on. But inside you're sad, thinking this is all wrong. Maybe you're not sure about your fiance, you're having jitters and doubts. Maybe he's not so hot, and this is how you work it out. Well, it's simple, it'll come down to 8 little words. Will he hold your hair while you hurl? Darling, will he hold your hair when you've had too much? Will he hold your hair while you yak it all up? I don't know a lot, but if you'd be my girl, baby, I'll hold your hair while you hurl. And there's more, but I'll stop there. Let's take it back to Aubryn. It's time for another song from Aubryn.
What a gentleman.
Out of here.
Okay, we have choice. We have a choice. Do you want my Scott Pilgrim song or my Jin, who somebody thinks is a genie?
Oh, Jen, definitely.
Jin? All right.
Gin, Bob.
Here we go. So you know how a genie is also called a jinn. That's another word for a genie. So I thought it was interesting. I like when words mean different things, and then I try and make the thing both the same thing. So
Well said.
yeah.
Cool.
So this is called Jin. And it's also a sing-along, so feel free if you feel the need.
Oh, that's for Steve.
I took a swig from my gin and he told me, wishes of 3 have ye. I said, you're alive, and it told me, surprise. So master, now what will it be? So I wished for $10 million, cause of course, as I held the glass in my hand. And the next thing I knew, pouring out of my shoes was $10 million of sand. Oh, gin, can you save me? Oh, gin, take me away. Grant me wishes aplenty, but give me them gently so I can be wealthy today. Them genies, you know, they can be real tricky. You gotta word your wishes very, very carefully. Well, I cried as I wished for my darling, who left me a year from this day. But when she rose from the grave, I thought, I'm not this brave, and I ran to find someone to save me. I shivered as she shuffled closer, decaying arms stretched out towards me. So I threw the glass just to save my own ass, and wished it was all just a dream. Oh, gin, can you save me? Oh, gin, take me away. Grant me wishes aplenty, but give me them gently so I can survive today. I awoke with my head pounding madly, my body half covered in sand. Then I heard someone say to me, are you okay? And he offered me his spectral hand. Oh, gin, can you save me? Oh, gin, take me away. Grant me wishes aplenty, but give me them gently so I can be happy today. Everybody, oh, gin, can you save me? Oh, gin, take me away. Grant me wishes aplenty, but give me them gently so I can be happy today.
Aubryn! And some very good singing along there. It's not easy on Zoom to make that.
All right.
Well done, everybody. Very tasteful. Aubryn, I know we can find you on auburnmusic.com.
Yes.
Can't hear you, Steve.
Oops. Why can't you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay. Then some of us are deaf. We can find Aubryn on auburnmusic.com and all the socials under Aubryn, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it
Aubryn Music.
Okay.
Yep.
And you have a Wednesday show, which is a lot of fun, which I tune in when I can. And our friend Trevor,
And
who always tunes into
occasionally-
that, is with us now. Hey, Trevor.
Hey, hi Trevor.
So everybody, look for Aubryn and Aubryn music everywhere.
Sing something good quiet.
Okay. And thank you very much. I'm going to get rid of you now. You rock.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. And now it's time. Oh, man. It's a virtual comedy show, Virgin. We're about to deflower him. Please welcome Brook Jolley to the show. Hi, Brook.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, man. We're going to give you a little intro like we did with everybody else, and then you give us 10 minutes of awesome stand-up in front of that brick wall you built in a real big hurry. That was
I
fantastic.
just barely hear you now, Steve.
Did everybody barely hear me?
I hear you fine.
I can hear fine.
I don't know what to tell you. All right. But thank you for all of that. Here we go.
It's time for our big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headline. Man, I'm so glad that it's Thursday. Yeah.
How's it going out there, Zoom land?
Good.
Sure, you guys are. I don't know where everybody's from. I'm from a very, very small town that has a huge name, the city of Sparta, Tennessee. Like, it's not as impressive when you get the second word in there. We used to have, it's like a lot of small towns. We used to actually have a sign on the way into town that told all the things that we have ever accomplished ever. It was 3 things. It was only 3. The home of Lester Flatt, the great country music picker that used to play for the Opry. We were also the 1998 and 1999 boys state championship basketball team. And we had the 2003 Miss Teen USA.
Wow.
Runner up. She did not win. But her dad was the mayor or something, so she got to be on the sign too. But it was like we were sending out a weird message, guys. It was like what we were saying was, come to our town if you really love basketball and bluegrass music, but stick around for our disappointed teenage daughters. They recently, though, they took this sign down. They took it down, and now they've replaced it with a new sign. The new sign just says hike, bike, and kayak, because they couldn't figure out a third word that rhymed. But I think if they were being honest about what the city really is, it would say something more like church, liquor store, Walmart. It's what we really are. It's what we really are. I got a little brother, guys. He went to school there. He's more of a celebrity than me. Because one day while he was at school, on the way out of school, he was walking out with his teacher, and he saw a bus that didn't have a driver in it. And he just took off running. He thought that this is the moment, jumped in that bus, locked the door, and basically hijacked a school bus for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And he sat there the whole time, guys, just driving, turning the steering wheel back and forth, honking the horn, waving at the other kids because they were all coming out of school at the same time. It was and my mom this whole time just running around screaming, Joe, you got to get out. You know, stop. They go in and try to get help. Nothing they could do. But 5 minutes goes by. And he's like, okay, I'm done. He unlocks the bus and gets off. And guys, I'll tell you, if I had Down syndrome, I would probably steal a bus every day. At all. It was amazing. Oh, I went to that Walmart that I was talking about earlier the other day, guys. I saw a dog locked in a hot car. And you guys know that's really, really dangerous. It's really dangerous. They can't survive very long. But I did the right thing, and I called 911. And the police got there just in the nick of time. They were able to shoot that dog. Oh, yeah, the groans is what it deserves. I love those, though. My little brother had a dog. Little brother that I was just talking about, he had a dog, too. It was one of those smaller breeds, though, the ones that kind of shiver a lot. And we can't figure out if it was that he thought the dog was cold or if he just thought that it looked like it would be a lot of fun to spin around. But one day he put that dog in the microwave.
Oh, no.
Completely true, but it's fine. My mother was able to get there in the nick of time to save that dog, and she gave it to a really nice Chinese family. Said it was the best dog they ever had. I got a friend that plays bass guitar, guys. Got a friend that plays bass guitar in a touring band. He recently was on Facebook while he was touring across the country playing music. He wrote down a list of 86 commandments to live by. 86, you guys. Like, I know that's a lot, but I was like, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I read that whole list of 86 commandments. And you guys, I think God might have had a lot of those same ideas if God had just known about cocaine. I hope we've got some Clapton fans. I don't know if you guys have heard his new stuff. Clapton recently released an anti-mask anthem. Like he's just completely against them. He thinks that they're abridging our freedom. But it makes some sense if you think about him historically. He's always been against safety devices. You can put masks right on the list below safety windows.
Oh,
That's what that deserves. We'll keep talking about children here. Hope we got some other people with children here in the crowd. Got anybody with kids?
Yes, we do.
All right. I have got 3 children, you guys, 3 children. And I try to be a good dad. I do all the things I can trying to be a good dad. I was cooking dinner one night for my kids when they were real little and got a knock on the door, guys. And I go and open the door and there's a lady standing there in like a business suit with a suitcase. And I was like, can I help you? And she said, sir, I'm here from Child Protective Services. Hands me a card. And I was like, oh no. And I'd been inside cooking dinner, guys. And I couldn't figure out what had happened to my favorite knife while I was cooking dinner. Didn't know where it was. And this lady comes in and she says, sir, have you seen this? And she opens her briefcase. And the knife I had been looking for like 20 minutes is right there inside her briefcase. That is an amazing magic trick, right, guys? I said, wow, where did you find it? It turned out, guys, that day at school, my 6-year-old daughter had went into her backpack and reached in there and pulled that knife out. And she didn't know what to do. She cut herself a little bit and she walks up to the teacher's desk, just holding it in front of her. Just if you can imagine a 6-year-old, just so cute, but holding a knife, dripping blood, walking up to the teacher at their elementary school. And she did what you should do. And she called CPS and they came there. But it was not my fault. My ex-wife had done this. She put that knife in her backpack because she was afraid that it would rattle around in the car. And then she forgot that she did it because she needed to cut a cake. So not my fault at all. And my daughter knows better than to take weapons to school now. She's learned her lesson. The same daughter, a couple years later, she was turning 12. Came up the stairs, but she was already arguing with their brothers. You know how kids, you can hear them arguing from like a little while away. And they come in the door. And before I can get a word out edgewise, my daughter looks me right in the face and says, Dad, do you know why at our mom's house, on her nightstand, there's a dog collar and it's got a leash on it and there's a padlock on it with a key with the heart on there. And then on the other table, they've got a key with that same heart on it. Do you know why our mom might have that? Guys, I had been upstairs making cupcakes. It's my daughter's birthday. He comes up there and I couldn't even get happy birthday out, but I think I did the right thing. I looked her right in the eyes. I looked her right in the face and I said, honey, I didn't want to spoil the surprise. I think your mother got you a puppy for your birthday. and then I called her mom and said, hey, you might want to pick up a puppy and maybe put some things away. Oh, so I don't know if we've got any people out there that played any sports. I hope we've got there. My son the other day came out of school. And all these are for Father's Day. That's why there's so many jokes about the kids, you know. We just had Father's Day. I'm proud of these are good dad jokes, you know. My son came out the other day from school when he brought me a sheet that said that he wanted to play soccer. And I don't know if any of you guys played sports, but I played sports in school, and I knew that I was going to have a talk with him because we had for years been trying to do the right thing and told our kids that if anybody touched them somewhere inappropriately, that they should scream bloody murder and try to murder them and pick up anything you can find, start stabbing and hitting, do anything you can. Don't let them do that. If they touch you around here, bad, bad, bad. We told our kids for years, and I look on there on that second sheet and it says he has to have a sports physical. And I was like, because I guess we got to have a talk now. And I said, son, if you want to play soccer, I don't know how to explain this to you, but there's a thing that has to happen where you're going to have to go to the doctors and he's going to do the normal stuff. He's going to check your blood pressure. He's going to do the normal checkup stuff. But after that, he's going to ask you to take your pants off. And then he's going to ask you to take off your underwear. And I know that's going to seem really weird, but it's a normal part of the thing. And the next thing that happens, he's going to reach his hand in there and he's going to touch you where we've told you that people aren't supposed to. And then he's going to say, you need to turn your head and then go, you need to cough. all this is completely normal, son. And my son looks me right in the eyes and said, Dad, you're lying. I said, no, son, I'm not. No, I'm not. And matter of fact, every athlete you've ever seen on TV, every person you've ever seen in the UFC, every football player, every baseball player, every basketball player, every one of them had to go through this so that they could play sports. It accounts for why a lot of them are so angry. Knowing this, do you still want to play sports? And my son looks at me and he said, well, Dad, when my sister played volleyball, I had to go to her games. So if I play soccer, does she have to come to my games? And I said, you don't even want to play soccer. This is just, you just want to inconvenience your sister. He said, yeah. And I said, and you're willing to get molested just to inconvenience your sister? And he said, yeah, I am. And I said, son, I'm not taking you. I'm not taking you. Guys, his stepfather was his soccer coach. And I think you'll agree with me. If you're going to bond with anybody over an experience like that, shouldn't it be your stepfather? I've got one more and I'll get off here. So I've got the same son the other day. I got that dreaded call from the school. You know, when you get a call from school in the middle of the day, and it was the office it wasn't the office this time. It was the nurse's office. Oh, and I was like, oh, what's happened? And she says, well, Mr. Jolley, we've got your son. He's here in the nurse's office. And we just thought we needed to call and let you know. He, for some reason, decided he needed to drink hand sanitizer.
Oh, no.
And I said, what? They said he drank hand sanitizer. And I said, well, did he drink a lot? And they said, no. And I said, was he drunk? And they said, no. I said, we'll send him back to class. It'll be fine. 30 minutes later, guys, not 30 minutes later, I get a second phone call. Nurse's office again. Mr. Jolley, we just wanted to let you know, your son has drank hand sanitizer for a second time. And we're going to put an adult with him for the rest of the day. And they're going to follow him to all of his classes and make sure he doesn't do it again. And I said, okay, I'll deal with it when I get home, though. And so I go pick him up, guys, and I bring him home. And I do, I tried to be a good dad, so I did what our parents would do. And I took him, I set him down, and I said, son, you know that you can't be doing something like that. But if you're going to drink hand sanitizer, and I just sat a bottle down in front of him, you're going to finish the whole thing. And I got him a shot glass, like our parents would have done. And he started taking shots of hand sanitizer. And did you guys know that stuff is 140 proof?
Yep. Didn't know that.
It's cheaper than vodka. And I'm watching him drink it, and it's going down real smooth. I'll tell you what I learned, guys. It pairs best with some kind of citrus. Pineapple juice is really great. All I'm trying to say is everybody in my house drinks hand sanitizer now. Thank you guys very much. That was my time. Let's get it back to Steve.
Everybody. Thank you, Brooke. We appreciate you doing this for us.
Yes.
Are you gone already? He's up. Got to do a show on the ship. Okay. I was going to tell you where to
still
find
here.
him.
I'm just switching cameras again.
Okay. Can you tell us where to find you, either in real life or online for future shows?
I've got a show tomorrow night at Twin Kegs 2 Nashville with Eddie Ortiz is headlining tomorrow. I've been hosting that show monthly for the last 5 years. The last Friday of every month, it's a free show. Normally it's on the porch or inside. We do ask people to bring money because we have really great wings and drinks, and it helps if people tip so that we're not broke. But every month you can find me there in Nashville.
All right. Cool. Thank you very much, Brooke. Clap one more time for Brooke Jolley, everybody, if you would. All right. It's time for the next thing. Oh, boy. Here comes the next thing.
It's time for the mystery word for tonight, and 4 definitions, only one of which is right. Brad says you'll never get it, but Steve thinks you might, and the mystery word is trichotillomania.
That's right, trichotillomania. And here are the possibilities for tonight's word, trichotillomania. A, B, C, or D. Prepare to enter that into the chat, and we'll see who wins. The word trichotillomania. Does it mean A, a rare condition where a farmer will only plow with a tricycle at 175 miles an hour? Does trichotillomania mean B, a compulsion to pull out your own hair? Does it mean C, an irrational desire to spread mayonnaise on shellfish? Or does trichotillomania mean D, a Lithuanian game show? So you got 5 seconds. Enter it in the chat, A, B, C, or D, and we're going to see who the big winners are. Time is almost up. Okay, and we're calling it now. The correct answer, the definition of trichotillomania is B, a compulsion to pull out your own hair.
Wow.
All right.
We got some winners.
Said it, but that's what I was thinking.
Man. Well, Brook even played. That's what I like, when people who aren't allowed to play anyway. That's fantastic. Aubryn won. Looks like everybody except Elena and Alice got it. So we've got a lot of tape dispensers to dispense. This is going to be fantastic. Thank you for playing our game.
And now a little
I'm sorry, what?
A lot of shipping to do.
Yes, exactly. And now a little closing thing for that fun bit.
We had a lot of fun with vocabulary, but this song is even more annoying than Chipmunks.
Let's go to the next thing.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
What a great idea that is. Since we've been doing a lot of dad jokes tonight, and since it was Father's Day last weekend, and since my dad is with us, here's a song I haven't done in a while. Some of you have heard it, some of you have not. This is a song written not by George Harrison, but by his dad, who turns out was rather grumpy and of the tribe, just like me.
I love this one.
This song.
Here comes my son. Here comes my son. And I say, oi. Little pitcher, it's been a hot, sticky, humid summer. Little pitcher, it seems like years since you mowed the lawn. Here comes my son, do do do. Here comes my son, and I say, you're stupid.
Oh, man.
Son, 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 here he comes. Son, 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 what a bum. Son, 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 where's my gun? Get lasers on son. Make that kill. Little pisser, it's so hot, I'm sweating bullets. Little pisser, get me a beer, you schmuck. Here comes my son, do do do. Here comes my son, and I say, oi. Oi.
All right.
Must be talking about your brother.
Must be. Exactly.
That was such a great
It's the
song.
Harrison family. I made that clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Such a great song, Steve.
Ordinarily, Brad will humble himself. Will make a fool of himself. We'll beg, and that's what I'm going to do now because Brad is currently on a stage on a boat somewhere in the middle of the ocean. We appreciate each and every one of you being here Thursday after Thursday, supporting us in what we do with your mere presence, with your laughter, with your wonderful attitudes. But we also need your money. If you can spare it, if you go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click on donate to the comedians, we will share it amongst the five of us. We're going to get Brook, Jolley, more hand sanitizer because apparently the bar is closed. We're going to get Patti another parking lot to walk around in because she has worn a path in that one. And Aubryn, clearly, I don't think Aubryn needs anything. She has dog treats to her left, so I think she's all set. We'll still give her share for being awesome. If you can, we certainly do appreciate every dollar that you can spare at virtualcomedyshow.com and donate to the comedians. All right. And now, man, we're winding it down. It's time for the next segment, the worst joke of the week.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
And we're going to stay with the tradition of Father's Day and dad jokes because that's what's been working all night. This one's a real quick one. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. What's brown and sticky?
What is it?
What's brown and sticky? A stick. Good night, everyone.
Have a very merry Thursday. Yeah. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursday.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday, put on your orange fez, and decorate the Thursday tree with milk, bone, spam, and pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday!